Hello, beautiful people, and welcome back to another episode of our Arsenal FIFA 23 PS5 Career Mode Season 2 episode number 3, I think. And we're gonna make some headway today. We're gonna have a lot of games, we're gonna have a lot of action, and we're gonna start off here with the summer transfer window coming to an end. So if we look here in our transfer hub, actually first I think we have some emails to go through. Yes, so we did get an offer in for Mari, which I already did accept. Hopefully he accepts those terms, and as well as Saliba, his development schedule, they're satisfied at 85. He's not prospected to grow for the rest of the season. I don't really know what to say about that. I think it's a joke. I think it's part of the reason that this game is broken. The potential for players just does not work. He was an exciting prospect last season. That means he should be able to go up to 88, 89, even 90 overall. And it's looking like, at least for this season, he's stuck at 85, which is really frustrating. I'm not a fan of that whatsoever. Other players like Tomiyasu, Erdegaard, Tierney, Ramsdale, all also looking to be stuck. So, maybe if we aren't able to win any silverware this year, especially the Premier League or the Champions League, we might have to replace some of these players that aren't growing. But we'll cross that bridge when we get there. Before we move on any further, we do have our youth staff. I am actually going to send some of these guys out. I haven't done anything with them all season because we didn't get anything last year when we were looking for players, but I guess I'll look today. All right, so I have sent out our 3 scouts, and we've got Luis going to Brazil, keeping up that Arsenal connection. And then we've got Jamie Flanagan going to his home country of Ireland, and Marcus Brown also going to his home country of England. And while we may not use any of these players, I still think it's, it keeps the realism alive that we have, scouts going out, picking up players for our youth academy, strengthening that side of our squad. And without any further ado, let's advance to the transfer window. Getting a transfer offer for Nketiah, and they're offering a swap deal as well. A lot more swap deals being added into deals this year. He's actually 21, 75 overall. He actually probably has a high potential. Yeah, showing great potential. But we have no need to sell Nketiah. He is our backup striker, and he's happy to do that. At least I hope he's happy to do that. If he asks to leave, by all means, I'll part the doors for him and let him go. But I think he's happy with the role he plays in the side, being able to play for a Champions League team as Marco Flores leaves the club. And let's advance here. Here we can see confirmation of Flores leaving. Now, hey, he might become a great player for Arsenal one day, but at the current moment, he's just not going to be that guy for us. So I think we have him in a good spot right here. We get an F because we could have made more money. It's okay. We don't actually need money. And here we are at the transfer window deadline day. Looks like there's rumors of Tierney going to Man City. Let's take a quick look at my transfer hub. So, starting off, you're going to see Kylian Mbappe. Now, I actually can't believe it, but in the news today, there's talk, there's rumors about Mbappe, Kylian Mbappe, coming to Arsenal or Chelsea. And now, I don't know how realistic it is. It probably won't ever happen. It's probably just an old Arsenal fan getting their hopes up. But imagine adding an Mbappe, perhaps if we aren't able to achieve our goals this season, or if by January it's looking a little shaky, perhaps Mbappe would come in. I don't know how we would afford him, so we probably would have to wait till next season. But I just wanted to add him on there for the flex. We also have Sangare. He is a good-looking player. Party is getting pretty old, so if he doesn't really cut it, if he's looking to start declining soon, then Sangare can come in and he can fill that role for him perfectly. And Kamara is just another center mid that I added in here. He's got great physical stats, and it would be really nice to also get him into the club. He's kind of like another replacement for Lokonga that we sold. But I don't think we're going to make any of those transfers in this window. If If you guys have any transfer suggestions, let me know in the comments and I'll take a look at them. I'll assess how, realistic I feel like they are. If you're telling me to sign Messi and Ronaldo, it's a little bit tougher for me to do that in a realistic career mode. Hey, maybe down the line we'll do other career modes where we'll just go wild and buy whoever we want as Manchester City comes in for Tierney, and it's not going to happen. He is not going to go anywhere. Maybe we'll sell him if our defense isn't doing well halfway through the season, but starting off the Premier League campaign unbeaten, winning the Community Shield, Tierney starting most of our games for us last year, I think we need to hold on to him. I think we need to hold on to the squad and see where it brings us. All right, guys, so moving into the last hour of the transfer window, we see Idiho moving on. He's possibly going to be a great player one day, as I've said about a lot of these guys, but I want to lighten up the team. I want to lighten up the wages. We're bringing in a lot of big wage players. We got to get the fringe out. Hopefully they can play some football, and they're just not going to make it into the Arsenal first team, especially with the potential glitches this year. That's really hampered the growth of our youth academy players. So Idiho is going to Frankfurt for 1.8. All right, so before the last hour of the transfer window goes, let's look at what the biggest transfers were in this transfer window. I have a feeling that we're going to be somewhere up there, as Oyarzabal, something like that, goes for 117 million to AC Milan. It looks like Bayern Leverkusen has a mass exodus, with Schick going to Inter Milan and Diaby has gone to Aston Villa. Now that is scary because he's probably around the 86, 87 rating, so he's going to be terrifying to play against. Man U has copped Tomori. That's really scary actually as well, because Varane might be getting on in age, but Martinez is probably grown a good amount. Martinez and Tomori side by side, that pace is going to be very hard to beat. Tielemans has been picked up by one of our rivals in Chelsea. Mason Mount leaving the club to Barcelona for almost the same sum, so it looks as they've tried to replace Mount with Tielemans. Not really a like for like. Liverpool weakening themselves a little bit by selling Andrew Robertson. There we come in here with Declan Rice, 50 million. Pellegrini going to Liverpool. That's going to be a scary one to look out for. Guardiola and Holding. We've got Fekir. Ndidi going to West Ham. Wow, Weston McKennie for 54 million to Spurs. And that's actually a player I was kind of interested in buying, but obviously that is not going to be happening now, as Kulusevski goes to Spurs. I assume that's on a permanent deal. Is he on loan? As Timber also goes to Spurs. So Spurs, Jared Moreno, wow, I mean, the amounts of money that are being spent in these windows these days are insane. Locatelli going to West Ham. James Maddison going to Man United. All right, there's some big changes in this window. I'm kind of scared. I'm scared to see what these teams are going to line up against us now. With 2 transfer windows having passed, we're going to have some teams that have switched it up. All right, so confirmation that Pablo Mari has been sold to Leicester City. We didn't need him. We could have made 0 more profit apparently, but he will be leaving when January window opens again, and there's confirmation. Getting 5 million for that sale. How much money do we have? 118 million. All right, well, 118 million. In January, when it comes around, we will have the option to buy more players, so always make sure to let me know in the comments who you'd like to see me sign. But now we have our first game of the episode, an episode where we're going to try and play a bunch of games. We actually finally have our Champions League group. So before we get into this game against Burnley, I want to show you guys quickly. I think I had a quick look at it. Yes. Olympique Marseille, FC Porto, and Victoria. Let's just call it Victoria. So we've got Victoria, Porto, and Olympique Marseille. It's not a bad group, honestly. If we look at the other ones, Juve, Liverpool, Celtic, Shakhtar, that's an interesting one. This is a tough one. Atletico, Inter, Benfica, and Club Brugge. That is not one I want to be in. This is not a terrible one with Man U, Leipzig, Betis. That's a pretty tough one. I feel bad for whoever Sturm Graz is because they are not making it out of that group. And then this is another tough one with Leverkusen, Napoli, and Paris. Chelsea, Dortmund, Lyon is another tough one. but relatively they're pretty well spaced out, so I can't really complain. We've got a game here against Burnley. Without any further ado, let's get into it. However, we do have Champions League, and then right after we have another game against Crystal Palace with not a lot of rest. So we may want to rest some players today. And I think that we should bring Balogun on the bench. I want to give him a chance today to come off. Gonna bring on Marquinhos for Saka. Saka can take a break. He's played so well this season, but he doesn't need to play every game of the season. We'll definitely bring in White for Saliba. Give Saliba a little break so he can come in the Champions League. We can probably afford to play Xhaka, Livramento. You know, we're rotating today. All right, that's the name of the game. Smith Rowe will come in. Neto will come off. Vieira on the bench. I think that's the team I want to go for. It wants to give Rice the captaincy, but I don't think that's quite right. I'm going to give it to Gabriel here. I think that he probably does. Oh, you know what? No. What am I doing? Xhaka. Xhaka's going to get the captaincy for this game here against Burnley. Newly promoted. We really should be getting the win here. Even with a little bit of a weaker side, we're still very, very well equipped to win this game. And you know what? Gabriel's looking a little bit tired, so maybe we will bring on Gvardiol in his place and just, you know, get some people's match sharpness up a little bit, and maybe we can bring on Kokchu in the match. I still haven't gotten like a full feel for him yet, so I am excited to see how he plays here against Burnley. That's a strange looking kit. I can't say I like it. Let's get the win. All right, Arsenal. This is my first game of the day, so hopefully I'm not too rusty. We've been scoring absolutely amazing goals recently as Martinelli moves in and he's tackled. Oh, this is going to be a long game, isn't it? All right, Marquinhos on the ball. What a shot. Okay, so by the way, I wanted to tell you guys, today I am playing the new patch that just went live on October 12th, which has said to improve goalkeepers. There's also a lot of things that they're going to have changed that they didn't put in the patch notes. But already, the goalkeeper making a good save, it did say that it fixed goalkeepers' positioning on long shots and their saves when shots are close to them, which is something I've definitely noticed they're lacking at. So I am excited to see, you know, if the goalkeepers start playing better, that does make it exciting for me, because not only is it going to be harder for us to score, which we've been doing a lot of, but that means that Ramsdale is going to play a little bit more reflective of his rating. I mean, he's an 85 rated keeper, but some of the goals that he lets in are just so unrealistic for the level that he should be at 85. Oh god. All right, that was some last ditch defending. Smith Rowe finds a ball to Martinelli, who plays in Jesus. And they said they fixed the keepers, but that goes straight through Burnley's keeper, and it is Gabriel Jesus taking the lead here, and we played well so far. Can't really complain. Maybe that is their main keeper. I don't know. I think that's a little bit too low for the Premier League Burnley. They're probably going to go straight back down with this squad. Poor Weghorst doesn't look like he's going to have much joy here today. I would like to see Marquinhos get a goal today. Wow, what a tackle there by Ben White. That was so close, and it looks like he's injured as well. I kind of feel bad about that. Like, Burnley's going to have a hard enough time this season as it is. And I was just saying how I felt bad for Weghorst, but I've injured him, and he's out of the game. Their best player, arguably. Just imagine we just put him out for the rest of the season. They're probably going to want revenge, man. Livramento has played well there. Livramento, a great player. I love using him. I never feel nervous bringing him into the lineup as Jesus gets another. It's going to be too easy for Jesus. That's why I put Balogun on the bench. Just wanted to, you know, start off with our star striker. Make sure he gets the game within our grasp. And then, you know, we can move on from there. All right, so at halftime, Jesus is on a hat trick. He's absolutely demolishing the league this season. But I think we're going to take off our captain. It won't let me change the captain, so it's going to go to Declan Rice. You know what? Maybe we keep Xhaka in then. Because they're not threatening today. And let's give... Maybe we should... No. We'll bring on Balogun. We'll wait to make any more subs. Because then we're kind of risking completely throwing off the game. I do think I'm going to bring in Fabio Vieira at some point. And just see what the boys can do. Oh. And we lose the clean sheet. That was some really sloppy defending. I just was not able to get the ball out of defense. I won it back. I didn't clear it. I tried to play it out. As you can see here, look, we win it back. And then I just kind of turn into the defender. A little bit sloppy from me. And we're going to have to make sure that we get another one. Hopefully, I didn't mess up the game by subbing off Jesus, who had scored both of our goals. Uh-oh. No! And Burnley has leveled it. And I was talking smack about them in the beginning. And they've equalized. And it's stock. I mean, what is going on here? Ramsdale with a great save takes down White. And no one is there to get the rebound. And it's 2-2. And now it's up to the backup boys to get us a goal here. Oh my God. Thank God you saved that, Ramsdale. Ooh, it's getting tense here. Last minute. And it looks like if we defend this, we will just secure the point here against Burnley. If we can defend that, that is! Oh my God. And that's going to be full time. 2-2 draw away against Burnley, a newly promoted side. A game that we actually really need to be winning. But I'll relax. I'll take it easy. I'm not going to go too crazy. I probably just rotated the side too much. I should have kept Jesus on. I guess 2 goals wasn't enough. As soon as Balogun came on, he didn't really do much. I don't think I can really use him in the Premier League just yet. We're going to have to make sure we use players with just a little bit more quality, like Nketiah. But now it's time for the Champions League, ladies and gentlemen. The competition, which this series is pretty much all about. And Olympique Marseille are going to be our first. Accept this offer here for Sousa. All right, now this is the team that got us into the Champions League. So this is the team that we are going to play today. They deserve to play. We've got our full strength 11 here. Let me see who we've got on the bench today. I think, I really wasn't impressed with Kukoc in that game, which did make me a little bit sad. Maybe we can pop Norton Cuffy on the bench today. Bring him to his first Champions League match. Xhaka deserves to be on the bench, I think. Kukoc did not play that well in the last game. And yeah, Ben White and Guardiola, not the most convincing in the last game at defense, but that is the team we're going to go forward with. We should be getting a win here today. There really shouldn't be any excuse. Olympique Marseille, probably the second best team in our group, but I truly think we're the best team in this group, and I think we should come out on top. At the Emirates, here in Champions League football, it's been far too long, too many years since Arsenal last was in this competition. And we're back, and we're not back to just participate. We're back to win the whole damn thing. Oh my God, I forgot we're playing against Guendouzi, who gets an assist against us. Oh, we can't let Guendouzi have the last laugh. 8 minutes in, Yorke is scoring against us, and that is just, oh my God, that was a beautiful goal. I've got to give it to him. And that assist was probably the highlight of it. Guendouzi with some great tricky feet there. As Jesus runs forward. Wow, look at those defenders, man. Keeping up with Jesus like it's no problem. But Jesus breaks his way into the box here. Into Saka! Goalkeeper saves. Jesus Christ, what a tackle there from Saliba. I'm not going to lie to you guys. Marseille is playing us off the pitch right now. Here we go. Martinelli is through. And that is a pearl from Martinelli right before the half. And God, I needed that to go in. On his weaker foot. He just gets enough lift on it to really just bring it over the goalkeeper. And I think it hits the bar and the post to go in there. Let's take a look. It's, wow, I mean, what a beautiful shot. Boom, boom. Yeah, bar to post. I'm happy. I'm ecstatic. Martinelli, the golden boy. All right, referee, that's halftime. Okay, halftime, 1-1. And Marseille is doing well today. Guendouzi getting an assist against us. Every time I come up against old players of Arsenal, they seem to do something. We had Aubameyang. We had now Guendouzi. And I'm sure there was more along the way of this series. Let's see, what do we change, if anything? I think we keep it the same going into this next half. I think we just have to play a little better defensively, get some players off as soon as they begin to get tired, make sure that we keep our energy up high, because Marseille seems as if they want to press us this whole game. Well, then we've just got to do the same. We've got to match their intensity, and that's going to require us putting in substitutions to keep up the fitness level of the game. That's offside. Into Odegaard. Oh my God. Outside of the boot. That is filthy from Martin. And he puts us into the lead. Our captain, the man on the back of the shirt we have worn every episode of this series. Is he going to be the difference in getting us this trophy today? Martinelli with a nice ball roll inside. Gives it to Odegaard. A lot to do from him. And it's a similar shot to Martinelli, except he hits it with the outside of his boot. Floats over the keeper. Absolutely no chance. Bar down. And we're in the lead for the first time in this game. They haven't been really able to win the ball back in those places that I need them to be winning it back in. You know what I'm saying? They tried to tackle us. They tried, but for once, the AI gets FIFA just like I do, it seems, in every single episode. They tackle me, and it goes right to my player, and I feel a little bit cheap scoring a goal like that, I'm going to be honest, but I'm not too mad about it. 3-1. We might be able to breathe a little bit easier now in this match. We've got to take these wins. We've got to enjoy this run of form that we've been having, unbeaten so far, because, guys, it might not last forever. I remember last season, we started off really well, and then it all fell downhill towards the middle. So I'm just hoping we can keep up the standards this year, and gonna make some substitutions soon. I think I'm gonna wait until like the 70th minute before we make any. As Odegaard wins the ball there in an important position. And I don't know what happened there. Well done, Tomiyasu. And that is the 70th minute, so we are going to finally make those substitutions. Odegaard has played brilliantly today, but he is getting a little bit tired, so that means Smith Rowe is coming in to make his Champions League debut, I think. I think this is a Champions League debut for a lot of these players today. Who else are we going to bring in? Maybe Nketiah. Maybe we need to bring on Nketiah. Jesus hasn't played badly. He's getting a little tired, though, and we have a game coming on after this. And, I mean, look, Jesus is our Premier League man. Obviously, he holds the record for the most goals scored in one season in the Premier League at 36. But, as they get offside called on them. But the thing is that, you know, while we need him in the Champions League now more than we needed him in the Europa League last year, we're also going to have to rely on Nketiah a lot this season. He proved last season he can meet the challenge, Hopefully, with this new amount of fixture congestion, Nketiah steps up once again. Referee, that is going to be full time. And we win our first game back in the Champions League. Exactly what I needed to see from the boys, proving we can do it on the biggest stage in Europe. That should be our hardest group stage game. We should be getting out of this group in first, right? It looks as if Sosa will be leaving us to Sheffield Wednesday come around January. And is that confirmation of his sale? Yes, it is. He didn't go for that much. Definitely a player you should get into your side if you are doing an RTG. Not a huge fan that he doesn't have a player picture, but that is neither here nor there. And here we are coming up against Crystal Palace, who is joint first with Spurs this season with 4 wins from 4. How have they pulled that off? And Spurs at top. Well, we can't have that, can we? All right, well, let's get into this game here. So we do have some tired legs out there. We are going to make some changes today. What changes are we going to make? Livramento can play. I feel confident in his ability. Party looking a little tired. Zinchenko can come in. I still want to work on Vieira's match sharpness, so we might actually start him today. Keep Smith Rowe on the bench. Let's see, what else are we doing today here? Ben White can get a game. For Saliba, give him a little bit of a rest. He's also slightly tired. We can't rotate too much, but we've got to rotate, we have to rotate. All right, that is going to be, let's have Marquinhos on the bench. He can come on for Saka if needed. That is how we're going to start today. A little bit of a rotated side after a Champions League night, and I think that should be strong enough here to take on Crystal Palace. At least I'm hoping. I don't think I want them to wear their normal kit, so we'll put them in the black one. Why not? All right. So that is let's get into this game. Let's get another Champions League. Another 3 points. Beat an unbeaten team so far this season. We're also unbeaten, but we don't have a perfect record. We have lost. Not lost, but dropped points. 2 points in that draw against Burnley in the beginning of this episode. Here at the Emirates, though, I'm expecting a win. Honestly, I'm expecting a win from pretty much every game in the Premier League this season. Obviously, that's not going to happen, but it's possible to happen. We do have the team. Maybe not as good as Man City is now in real life, but better than Arsenal is now in real life, who are first. And Arsenal seems at the moment as though they can, challenge any team. Oh, Willy Zaha. He's done Livramento, but Ben White does well to intervene. Absolutely done Livramento there. And Livramento seems angry about it. So he ran forward, but he couldn't get his pass off. Wow. Ramsdale makes a save at his near post. Something that he's really struggled with. Perhaps more evidence of the goalkeepers just getting a little bit better. Post patch. And maybe I spoke too soon as they score. And don't know how the ball got through Tierney there. I thought he had it. And once again, we concede. Obviously, Crystal Palace seems to be playing well this season. But here, let me take a look here. What's happened? Yeah, Tierney just doesn't even make an attempt at the ball there. Guys, all of a sudden, the trainer has turned on this, the second choice option. And it's distracting me. Oh my god, halftime. Why does that turn on randomly? Anyone have any explanation for me? Why randomly my settings are changing in the middle of the game? Why is this game always broken? Next player switch indicator has been off. Actually, is analog sprinting on? Why is this on? Why are my settings changing? That is so frustrating. I don't touch my settings, but all of a sudden, things are just changing. There we go, Neto. Bringing us level. Assist there from Jesus. I'm pissed that my settings are changing without me having touched them. And in the middle of a game. Now, I don't know how long Analog Sprint has been on, but I turned it off and saved it. Haven't gone back into the settings. I should be more excited that Neto scored, but I'm just pissed off about that settings thing. All right, that's a good pass through to Saka. Into Vieira. There we go. Vieira gets an assist. Saka with his 5th goal of the season, I believe. He's had a great start to the season. I've loved it. And I'm calming down about the settings a little bit now that we're back in the lead at the Emirates. A great assist there from Vieira, getting the scoop turn and feeding it into Saka, who turns his defender well. That left foot makes absolutely no mistake. Back in the lead, 2-1, 60th minute. Probably time to make some subs soon. 8th minute, we're going to make some subs. Let's bring on Nketiah. Let's bring on Marquinhos. You know, Zinchenko's been good today. I'm going to keep him on. But we will bring on Odegaard just to, you know, shore up this game at the end here. And I will say, I really liked Marquinhos when this series began. But he just, now that he's grown like 6 ratings or something, he kind of still feels the same as he did in the beginning of the series. Let's see. Let's give him a chance here to prove me wrong. Okay. Okay, buddy. I'm listening now. All right? I'm listening. That should be the win confirmed for today. The Gunners going wild in the Emirates. And sorry, Crystal Palace, but it looks like you will be getting handed your first loss today. Marquinhos, is that his first goal in the Prem? It might just be. He's going to have to feature more this season. All of our players will, because, you know, last season we really only had to focus on the Premier League as we could really rest our side in the Europa League. We can't really rest our side the same in the Champions League. So maybe we can in the group stage, but once we get into the knockout stages, it's going to have to be our full-strength side in the business end of the season. So it's like, that's why we've gotten so much depth in the transfer window. And that is going to be full-time 3-1 against Crystal Palace. That's what you love to see. All right, coming to play Portsmouth here in the Carabao Cup. We've actually, yeah, you are actually going to play. And you can also play today, Neto, because we are going to be fully rotating our side for this game, which we are going to simulate. I don't think there's any need to play the full match. We'll get in Guardiola. You know, Salah was actually at full fitness today, but I want him for our next game. Actually, Tomiyasu is going to play today. Tavares, Xhaka, and Kokchu are going to play. Smith Rowe in at cam, Nketiah up top, Neto on the left, Marquinhos on the right, and Turner in net as well. Hopefully, this side is strong enough to beat a Portsmouth. Obviously it is, but you guys know FIFA. You guys know how FIFA likes to roll. All right, so we simulate that game, and Nketiah gets 2, and we get past Portsmouth. 54% possession, 6 shots. It actually was a little bit closer than I would have liked. Nketiah getting his brace, though, keeping up his form as that backup striker. I mean, if he was 86 rated, I wouldn't even be surprised. All right, so after that, we are going to hop into our last game of the episode, which is going to be a game against Newcastle here. Let's take a look where we are sitting in the table. In second behind Spurs. Obviously not what you like to see. Newcastle with 8 points, so they're doing okay so far this season. I'm going to do this press conference just to get our players happy, and then we will go into this game with a pretty full strength 11. Newcastle, a stronger team by the years, and I think we have to respect them. We can start with our full team. With 5 substitutions, we definitely have the options to take some players out. But yeah, our players are now very happy. Let's get into this match. Our full strength 11. Don't think any changes need to be made. Perhaps we could, I don't know, last time I used Balogun, we drew to Burnley, so I'm a little bit nervous about that. Perhaps Patino. Let's bring Patino on. Maybe he'll play at some point in this game. I want to get him a little bit more involved. Guillermoz, Musiala, who will have grown a lot. Ilora Mendy is also in there. Botman has a high potential this year. Their team is going to be good. I don't know why they only have 8 points so far this season, but they're definitely top 4 contenders. Let's do our job against them. Get the 3 points. Gabriel Jesus already with 7 goals in the first 5 games of the season. Wow. All right, Odegaard over to Tomiyasu. Does some skill moves, gets across into the box. Martinelli! Oh my God. Pope off the bar. Gabriel has some good tackling ability, but he's just not as quick as Saliba is there. And Rice has won it back, and he plays through Jesus, who scores these all the time, but not today. As I accidentally tell Gabriel to run through, and he plays a ball to the other Gabriel, who finishes it, and that's 1-0. Jesus with his 8th goal of the season in his 5th game, and he seems as if he's picking up exactly where we left off. Gabriel, our center back, getting his first assist for the club. You know, it is kind of just proof that with our full strength team, we can kind of beat anybody. But as soon as we start bringing in some of our fringe players, I mean, don't get me wrong, our team is still insanely strong, even our second team, as far as ratings go. But this game is not all about ratings. Obviously, it is all about ratings, FIFA, but even if you have an 85 rated player, it doesn't mean that they play as good as other 85 rated players. And I think the players we have in our starting 11 are just so strong. Oh my God, I really thought Odegaard was going to score that. But they're just so strong, they fit our system so well, that when we start switching up systems and heights and all of that different stuff, it starts to mess with our gameplay. And that is going to be halftime. 1-0 up, and maybe we can change the side a little bit. I kind of want to get Patino in there. Like, no fault on Party's end, but I just want to give Patino some game time. So we're gonna put him in a halftime. Come on, Patino. I know you can grow, you can sprout. I'd love to be able to even play him in cup games as a starter. But we've got so much depth now. It's hard to fit in the poor guy. There's a good ball there to Jesus. And Jesus from long gives Pope absolutely no issue. Dude, our defenders are so well equipped. Oh my God, and Saka scores that. I did not think he would score that. And he is having the best season of his life so far. I think that's his 6th goal in the Prem. And he's off to a flyer. I think he already has 10 goal contributions in probably around 7 games through the legs of their defender there. And 2-0 in the lead, looking a little bit more comfortable. Wow, what a ball through to Jesus. Past the goalkeeper. And that's going to be 3-0. And that is probably the game sealed. We've been defending great. We've been attacking great. I mean, when we played Marseille, they were knocking on the door. I felt worried that we were going to lose that game. But against Newcastle here today, I just haven't been worried. And look, Pope takes out the defender there. I think that's Botman, who's just not able to get back in time. Ooh, what a goal there. And who was that? Oh, it was Guimaraes. He's actually a great player, so can't be too mad at him scoring there. Oh my God, dude. Saliba is just a cheat code as well. And Smith Rowe has space to run into here. I think this might turn out to be 4. And it almost was, but that is going to be full time and the end of today's episode. We had 5 games today. One of them was simulated, but all the same, that is a lot of games. And if we continue to do that, we're going to get through this season just fine. I hope you have a beautiful rest of your day, morning, night, whatever time it might be where you are. And as always, ladies and gentlemen, Peace.